What are the three main reasons it's difficult to run a congregation? If we go fast forward, you ran one recently for 3 years locally, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been...
It was the Reflection Church you started?
Yeah, I've been a pastor for almost 25 years. And so I would say it's a couple categories. Part of it is spiritual pressure, where, there's a spiritual expectation on the pastor that extends to the pastor's family, right? Not just the pastor. And some of it's legitimate. Part of it is culturally, you're obviously under a little bit more of a microscope because there's a higher expectation for you as a pastor and your family. And then part of it is your children, where your children are actually under a little bit more of a microscope as well. So the most difficult part of the role is not the technical parts of the role.
Yeah.
It's really more the social and cultural parts of the role.
What you say is in the sense of, let's say you're a pastor and you have close family that may not align with your beliefs, or children that may be just like at one point we were children coming up in the world, and they may not be aligning with those set beliefs because they're figuring out their journey, and it's like the closer you get to someone, the harder it is to talk to them, kind of thing. So has that created, well, besides your life in general, do you see that 25 years as a leader in the church, does that create a lot of misalignment?
Well, I think it creates some challenging situations, right? And I think one of the things that we've always done in that role is be able to separate the role from our family necessarily. Maybe maybe protect our family might be a better word, to the best of our ability. And so with Kathy growing up in the church, she understood the sensitivity of the roles. Her dad was very, very involved in the leadership of the church, so by nature their family was very involved in the leadership of the church. So it was simply not a role that she wanted to be in. Now, interestingly enough, being a pastor was the last thing I wanted to do, but for opposite reasons. Yeah. I was just interested in making a lot of money, and you don't do that as a pastor.
So, growing up, were your parents involved in the church, or is people that were involved in your upbringing?
We were regular attenders in church. So I've been going to church for most of my life. However, that was very different than actually becoming a follower of Jesus.